When I look back at that moment in 1988, the year the Fresh Prince stepped onto the scene, I had no idea my life was about to flip, just like the lyrics say. From rapping on the streets of Philly to starring on TV screens across America, it felt like the universe was finally answering my call. But the truth is, the universe doesn't listen to what you say, it watches what you do. I learned that real fast. You can talk about dreams all day, but if your actions don't match your words, the universe stays silent. Every audition, every rehearsal, every sleepless night, those were my statements to the universe. That's when doors began to open. But there's a cost to chasing something bigger. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. I could have partied, coasted, enjoyed the fame, but I wanted longevity. I wanted impact. So I stayed in the grind while others slept. Because dreams don't survive without discipline. And here's the thing, it's not about where you start. It's about where you're willing to go. I started in West Philly with a rhyme and a vision. That's it. I wasn't born into Hollywood or success. I walked into it, one risk at a time. The key is belief. You've got to step into every room, every opportunity, like you belong there. You've got to walk out there like you own it. Not arrogance, but confidence in the work you've done and the fire you carry inside. Over the years, I've seen highs and lows, wins and lessons, but I've learned something powerful. Sometimes you have to forget what's gone, appreciate what remains, and look forward to what's coming. Because life moves, man. It doesn't stop for anyone, and neither should you. When The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ended, a lot of people thought that was it, the end of my run. But I wasn't done. I had bigger dreams. Hollywood was the next battlefield, and I was ready to fight for my place. You see, I learned something early on. Pain is temporary, but greatness is forever. Every long night, every rejection, every no I heard, it all faded. But what stayed? The work, the legacy. The belief that if you keep going, you can outlast the pain. And that's the truth. The difference between winning and losing is not quitting. I wasn't the biggest star or the best actor, but I refused to stop. Men in Black, Ollie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Those movies weren't just scripts, they were battles. Every one of them came with self-doubt, pressure, and pain. But I stayed in the fight. Because when you don't quit, you don't lose, you evolve. But listen, you can't just sit around dreaming about success. Don't just dream it, plan it, work it, live it. My grandmother told me, Willard, if you want something, map it out. So I did. I treated my career like a mission, step by step, one plan at a time. Dreams are nothing without the sweat to build them. And when life pushes you down, when the universe is testing you, it's preparing you. I didn't understand that at first. I used to wonder why the struggle hit so hard. But those tests shaped me into the man I became. The failures were training. The rejections were sharpening my edge. And somewhere along the way, I learned peace. Stop worrying about people who aren't worried about you. Not everyone will clap for you, and that's okay. Your journey isn't meant for their validation. It's meant for your growth. So, if you're feeling tested right now, remember, greatness might just be waiting on the other side. When I think back to the late 90s, stepping from TV into the big world of Hollywood, I realized something crucial. Be so good they can't ignore you. Talent might get your foot in the door, but excellence keeps you in the room. Every audition, every scene, every take, I wanted to leave people no choice but to notice the work I put in. And honestly, I've never viewed myself as particularly gifted. I've never viewed myself as particularly talented. I just work harder. While some people rely on luck or natural skill, I relied on discipline, sweat, and consistency. That work ethic became my superpower, my edge in a world full of talent. But here's the truth about growth. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Fear doesn't mean stop. It means you're about to level up. Whether it was taking on Ollie or Robot, I had to confront the fear of failure, judgment, and risk. Every time I did, I found what I was looking for on the other side: opportunity, growth, and confidence. And if you're chasing something bigger, if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. You can't just follow the crowd. You can't play safe. I had to step into roles, projects, and challenges that terrified me, knowing that growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Finally, I learned the true meaning of commitment. Commitment means staying loyal long after the mood has left you. Passion gets you started, but discipline, loyalty, and perseverance carry you to the finish line. There were moments when I didn't feel like training, performing, or giving my all, but I showed up anyway. That's what separates dreamers from doers. So if you're listening today, don't wait for inspiration. Be excellent. Work harder than anyone else. Step past your fear. Do what no one else will. Stay committed. When I think back to the years between The Fresh Prince and stepping fully into Hollywood, I realized something that changed my life. Every single person is born with a purpose. It's not just about fame, money, or accolades. It's about finding that one thing that you were put here to do and committing to it fully. That was my mission, to live intentionally, to create impact through every role, every lyric, every choice. And here's the truth. Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive feature that only the special among us will ever taste. It's not a gift reserved for the chosen few. Greatness comes from daily dedication, from working on yourself relentlessly, from showing up when no one else is watching. I realized early that if I wanted to reach the heights I dreamed about, I had to treat every day like a stepping stone to something bigger. One thing I always tell myself, don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. It's easy to get distracted by someone else's success, but the real battle is your own growth. Every role I took, every challenge I faced, I measured myself not against the world, but against the person I was the day before. That's where real progress lives. And life isn't easy. You can't avoid pain, but you can choose to grow through it. Every rejection, every critique, every moment of doubt, I used them to become stronger, wiser, more determined. Pain doesn't have to break you. It can make you unstoppable. But the most important rule, the moment you decide to quit is the moment you lose. That's when your dreams die. I've fallen, I've failed, I've stumbled, but quitting was never an option. You keep moving, you keep learning, you keep showing up. When I think about my journey from the streets of Philly to the sets of Hollywood blockbusters, one lesson stands above all. You have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Every big leap I've taken, from leaving rap battles behind to stepping onto the set of Independence Day, came with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. But I realized that growth only happens when you step outside your comfort zone. That's where life tests you, and that's where life rewards you. Early on, I understood a truth most people avoid. You are who you choose to be. Nobody can define your path but you. You can let circumstances shape you, or you can take the wheel and steer toward your own vision. That's how I became the man I am today, by making deliberate choices, even when the world doubted me. Living fully isn't just about chasing goals. It's about living with purpose. Live with intention. Walk to the edge. Listen hard. Practice wellness. Play with abandon. That's how you stay sharp, focused, and balanced, even in the chaos of life. I meditate. I train. I spend time with my family. And I also allow myself to play, to explore, to push boundaries without fear. And you know what? You can't be afraid to be different. Hollywood tried to box me in. The industry tried to typecast me, but I refused to conform. I took risks, experimented with genres, and followed my gut. Being different became my edge, and it's what allowed me to stand out from the crowd. Finally, here's the foundation of everything. Success is built on consistency, not intensity. It's not about bursts of effort or flashes of brilliance. It's about showing up every single day, giving your best, learning, improving, and trusting the process. That's how you turn potential into legacy. Looking back at my life between the Fresh Prince days and my rise as a Hollywood leading man, one truth hit me hard. If you're not improving, you're decaying. Growth isn't optional, it's survival. Every day I asked myself, am I learning? Am I evolving? Am I leveling up? Because stagnation is the enemy of greatness, and the world won't wait for anyone. And let's be real, we all fail. I've had projects that flopped, roles I didn't get, and ideas that didn't land. But here's what I learned. Don't let your failures define you. Let them refine you. Every setback, every rejection, every no shaped me into a stronger, smarter, more prepared version of myself. Failure isn't a stop sign, it's a teacher. Life, I've discovered, is lived on the edge of your comfort zone. The moments that scared me the most, taking on new roles, tackling a challenge I wasn't ready for, speaking in front of millions. Those were the moments I grew the fastest. Comfort is safe, but growth? Growth lives where your heart races and your mind hesitates. And every single day, you get a choice. Every day is a new chance to rewrite your story. I didn't let early setbacks define me. I rewrote, reimagined, and reinvented myself again and again. From a rapper in Philly to the face of Hollywood, my story wasn't given. I created it. Here's the final truth that guided me through it all. The world will step aside for the person who knows where they're going. Confidence, clarity, and purpose are magnetic. When you move with intention, when you know your destination and commit to the path, obstacles become opportunities and doubters become spectators. Looking back at my journey from the late 80s through the early 2000s, I realized something that shaped every move I made. Your vibe attracts your tribe. The energy you carry, the mindset you hold, the way you show up in life. It draws the people, the opportunities, and the experiences that will define your path. I made a conscious choice to surround myself with people who inspired me, challenged me, and held me accountable. That's how momentum is built. You become the average of the people around you, so choose your tribe wisely. One of the hardest lessons I learned was this. Be so confident in your direction that no one can knock you off course. Critics, doubters, and naysayers are always going to exist. But when your focus is clear and your vision is unwavering, nothing, no opinion, no obstacle, no failure can derail you. That confidence gave me the courage to take risks, embrace challenging roles, and push the boundaries of what I thought was possible. Life will test you constantly, and here's a truth I live by. If you focus on the problem, you'll miss the solution. Every challenge, every setback, every criticism is just an opportunity disguised as difficulty. When I shifted my energy from complaining about what wasn't working to seeking what could work, doors started opening in ways I couldn't have imagined. And the most powerful lesson, the time is always now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect alignment, or the perfect conditions. Action is what creates results. Every audition, every project, every choice I made it in the moment because tomorrow isn't promised. Finally, a warning, don't let success make you soft. Fame, money, and recognition can lull you into comfort. But comfort is the enemy of growth. I had to stay hungry, stay disciplined, and continue challenging myself every single day, no matter how much I had accomplished. So here's the takeaway. Your energy, your confidence, your focus, and your action define your legacy. If this story inspired you, hit subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who needs this motivation. On History Motivates, it doesn't just tell the stories of legends. It gives you the tools to become one. Your time is now. Your legacy is waiting.